Decade of blackout. Rescue us! Ondo South begs Buhari and Akeredolu. For the residents of 6 council areas that consist of Ondo South Senatorial District in Ondo State, the economic hub of the state, numbering almost 3 million, it has been lamentations over perpetual blackouts and the deplorable state of electricity in their communities for almost 15 years. Hundreds of communities in the 6th council have been without electricity for these years. Some of the affected council areas include Okitipupa, Ile-Oloji, Òkè-Ìgbò, Odigbo, Ìrẹ̀lẹ̀, Ẹsẹ̀-Odò, and Ìlàjẹ. Successive governments, both at the state and federal level, have raised their hope and also dashed it as the problem remained unsolved. The total blackout has destroyed the socio-economic development of the district. Following the disconnection of riverine communities from the national grid by Benin Electricity Distribution Company (BEDC), the power outage was reportedly caused by trees that fell on power lines in Odigbo local government area, where the substation that feeds the entire coastal area is located. It was also reported that the huge debt of about 2 billion owed by the residents in the affected communities was the major reason for their disengagement from the national grid. However, the BEDC said the problems had gone beyond the issue of debt owed by the residents, but that the power supply challenge in the communities was beyond them. Blackout has destroyed our community, residents lament. A rights activist, Mr. Kolade Omoyeni, in Sabomi, Ìlàjẹ Ẹsẹ̀-Odò area of the state said the total blackout has destroyed the socio-economic development of the district. In his open letter to the president entitled, "President Buhari Save Ondo South from Decades of Darkness Now," he said, "The social, economic and moral growth and development of our people are now in obvious disarray. Even politicians have worked to get BEDC to the needy, but the electricity distributor is hell-bent on keeping over 3 million people in darkness. There can't be an industry in Ondo South, where the people have been living in dark for about 15 years. We need President Buhari to ask the National Electricity Regulation Commission (NERC) and the Ministry of Power, is the BEDC more powerful than the regulatory agencies or even the presidency, and can't another service provider take over Ondo South instead? We will be happy if the injustice against Ondo South is corrected immediately. The absence of electricity in Ondo South is a real threat of the livelihood of Apoi, Ìlàjẹ, Ìkàlẹ̀, Odigbo and Ijaw Arogbo people. These are nations that have contributed in no small measure to what Nigeria is today. History will note if your presidency, as you envision on ending on good notes, would correct the injustice against us and restore our electricity fully and unconditionally very soon. Forum Petitions (NERC) Vanguard gathered that prominent people from the district, including traditional rulers and political office holders under the aegis of Ondo South Conservative (OSCF), said they have written several petitions to the National Electricity Regulation Commission (NERC) on their plight. The forum said, "We scrutinize the bills tendered by BEDC and discovered several irregularities, jumbled figures and duplications of names and addresses. Indeed, BEDC bills clearly showed disjointed claims, bogus, fraudulent and unverifiable amounts. They said that the rate of criminality was unprecedented and unduly high, as the basic local economic activities like welding, haircut and hairdressing had become moribund. Keeping millions of people in darkness for this long certainly negated the lofty and good rural and urban development program by the government to discourage migration from the rural environment to the cities. We are ready to contribute toward restoring electricity, resident says. Residents of the affected community described the crisis as a deliberate move not to restore the affected communities to the national grid after years of disconnection by the Benin Electricity Distribution Company (BEDC). They noted that the development has brought untold hardship to them, making life meaningless as commercial activities had been paralyzed in the areas. According to them, those who rely on electricity for their businesses have relocated to other areas to secure their livelihoods. A community leader in Irele, Chief Amos Adegoroye, appealed to President Buhari and Governor Rotimi Akeredolu to look into their plight and put an end to their problem, adding that not even a series of protests embarked upon by residents changed their plight. He said the youth and community leaders had protested on several occasions with no positive result, saying the authorities promised to assist but nothing concrete had been done. Another resident of Okitipupa, Goke Adedarami, said the problem started when the BEDC disconnected electricity over some accumulated bills and claimed that some of its equipment had been vandalized by miscreants, who also sold some properties belonging to the company. While noticing the past governments have paid lip service to restoring electricity in 4 local government areas, he noted that we are ready to contribute toward restoring electricity. We are appealing to government to support us, and together we can restore electricity to the district. Also, Yomi Afolabi from Igbokoda urged Akeredolu to write his name in gold, saying the governor is on the verge of turning the southern region of the state into an industrial hub with the construction of the largest seaport in West Africa and the commencement of bitumen exploitation in the area. So my people, that is the news. They said for a decade of blackouts, Ondo South begs Buhari. For over 15 years, they have not have electricity. Wow, that is so crazy. And the government did not do anything to help this community. This is one of the worst tenure of a governor and of a president, and they protested, sent a lot of things. I urge our leaders, they should help these people for like 15 years. They need to help them very fast. My people, please help them. The leaders should help them. Let us protest for them because it's not easy. For over 15 years, a community, 6 communities without light. That is really bad. So please let us protest and let us help them gain their freedom and let them get opportunity to use light. Please let us help them and the government to help them and to answer their need. Guys, that is the news. Let me think and let me know your opinion in the comment section.